All right, 5 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Wednesday morning. Today's National Book Lovers Day, by the way.
Yeah, it's awesome.
We tried our best to get some really good ones on today. And we do. We succeeded in our efforts. One thing about doing this job is that you have to read the books, which is not bad. It's always good. But when the book doesn't arrive, then it's like, oh my gosh. Okay, so the book didn't arrive. The Punch Escrow did not arrive, right? Mm-hmm, right. But we've been reading about it, and without even reading it, I can tell you that this is going to be my next one. It is written by Tal Klein. He's on the phone. He's got some really good reviews on what do you call this thing? Amazon already? What do you call this thing? Your son and my son both have jobs in the world of coding.
Yes.
And I have no clue what he does. He has shown me what he does, and I'm still in the dark. And I'm guessing TJ is the same thing, right?
Yeah.
You sort of kind of know, but you don't really know, right? It's a whole different world. Tal M. Klein, it says here, recently scored an impressive movie deal with Lionsgate for not only his debut title, The Punch Escrow, which came out last month, it looks like, a couple weeks ago, but for a 3-book deal comprising his entire future universe. And
that's awesome.
So there are a couple of terminology things here. I'm going to share this one with my son, by the way. All right, let's say good morning. Tal Klein, good morning.
Good morning.
Sir. How are you?
Couldn't be better. Yourself?
I'm okay. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from lovely Seaside, Florida, the home of where they shot the Truman Show, if you remember that movie.
Oh, yeah. Well, not too far from us, really. So it says here your 5-year-old daughter inspired you to write your first book?
Yeah, she wrote, she basically wrote a kid's book called I'm a Bunch of Dinosaurs by herself, where she imagined herself being different types of dinosaurs. And that got published. It became one of the most successful kids books projects on Kickstarter, and she kind of I tried to explain to her what that meant, and the way I explained it to her is I said, your book made lots of kids happy, and she said, Daddy, why don't you write a book to make lots of grown-ups happy?
So are you do you know coding? Is this book, are the books that we're talking about today that are written by you, are they will it be over my head? Because I don't really get the whole coding world.
Yeah, it's not going to be over your head. What I've tried to do is write a book that itself is a thriller that can be enjoyed by anybody, and then there's footnotes along the book if you want to, for like your kids, like you said, the guys who are really into technology, if they want to understand where I came up with all these kind of technological developments that in the future, like how does teleportation actually work? How do we cure cancer? All these kinds of things that are stated as a fact in the book. If people who are technical want to understand more about them, right, there are footnotes in there for them. So it's kind of I wrote it in a way that you can read it. You can read it just by itself, or if you want to go down the rabbit hole, there are footnotes there that allow you to kind of explore further.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you caught my attention with the teleportation. So that's an actual possibility? We'll be able to do that?
Yeah, I don't know if you caught it in the news. About 3 weeks ago, the Chinese space agency actually managed to teleport a photon into orbit. And so we're pretty far along in being able to teleport, let's say, tiny objects that are smaller than atoms. But yeah, no, teleportation is a thing that's being developed right now. It's very much. I mean, we're not going to be seeing like human teleportation in our lifetime. Don't expect to walk into a transporter in the next in the next few years. But it's something that's actively being researched and developed.
Wow. So let's talk about the Punch Escrow. Is that the first of 3 books? Am I understanding this right?
Yeah. So Lionsgate themselves bought 3 books set in the Punch Escrow world, which is basically a world that my vision for the future. The book is a hard science fiction book, meaning that all of the science fiction in it is based in real science that exists today. So they bought that world. Now, it could be that the second and third books are not necessarily sequels or prequels. They're just other stories that exist in the world of the Punch Escrow. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's sort of like the oh gosh, what was that movie we saw that I didn't understand either?
Oh my gosh!
Don't start by assuming you're not going to understand this book. I
No, it was I don't know. It was a very popular movie. I can't remember. But
Was it like Inception or something?
Was it The Matrix?
The Matrix, yeah, I didn't get The
Matrix.
Yeah.
This is not like The Matrix.
No. Okay, so this takes place in the year 2147. Is that right?
Yeah, it takes your in the 22nd century, 2147, and it's about and in 2147, teleportation is a sort of in vogue way of getting around it. It's not like completely ubiquitous, so it's not like taking a flight, but it's been around for about 20 years. You know, mostly initially was reserved for the very, very rich. Now it's sort of becoming available to the upper middle class. So it's still very, very expensive to teleport from one place to another, but a lot of people are doing it, and it's been billed as the safest way of getting from point A to point B, and it's about a man who inadvertently becomes duplicated through the process of teleportation, and sort of it follows him around as the company that owns teleportation tries to fix the bug, so to speak, while he's also trying to get back to his wife, who now is in a sort of bizarre love triangle because there's two versions of her husband, and so there's sort of, it's a love story, and it's kind of a techno thriller, and it's all of those things.
Oh my gosh! And when you're in that world, as you're typing the story out, is it just naturally flowing from you, or do you have to do a lot of research to make sure these are possible, or do you take license? A lot of science fiction writers will do that, and it's amazing, really, when you look back on older science fiction, how accurate they were looking ahead into the future.
Yeah, I mean, I am not a scientist, but I wanted this book to be very, very based in real science. So I partnered with about 5 scientists: a physicist, a bioethicist, a geneticist, an anthropologist, and a lawyer. And these 5.
I love that.
Because there are legal challenges to sort of, if you think about it, if you get duplicated, the issue of identity theft, like who owns your identity if there are 2 of you, right? And so using these 5 this kind of panel, I developed that world, and so I think that one of the things that the biggest piece of feedback that I'm getting is that people feel it's very, very grounded, and like when they read the book, it doesn't feel like, as you say, like The Matrix, where like everything is over your head. It feels very, very grounded in things that we understand today.
What is okay? It's in my notes. So I might as well ask it, and it caught my eye. There's so many things that catch my eye in these notes. Mosquito urine. I didn't even know mosquitoes.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, I didn't even know they could do that. But
so, mosquitoes can definitely urinate, and one of the things I tried to do is, so much of science fiction is dystopian and paints a very, very dark picture of the future. And one of the things I wanted to do is paint a more optimistic version of the future, but that was also very pragmatic, that is not utopian. And one of the things I decided to do is solve for air pollution by genetically modifying mosquitoes to eat carbon fumes. And the way we did that, in order to do that, you also have to decide, like, what are they going to excrete? So they end up excreting water, which is why it's always raining in the future. But in reality, the woman that I work with, the geneticist that I worked with, she works for a company called Oxitec, and what Oxitec is working on right now is solving for the Zika and malaria problems in places like Brazil and stuff like that.
So I'm guessing it won't rain much in Gainesville because that's where they're raising all those bats.
That's right.
To eat the mosquitoes. This is fascinating. This is probably the next one on my list, Robin, for sure.
I think so.
All right. So what do we do? I found your book, The Punch Escrow, on Amazon. Do you have a website you can direct us to?
Yeah, you can go to thepunchescrow.com or Amazon is fine. We prefer. I generally am a big supporter of independent bookstores. Like, I'm over here. One of the reasons I came to the seaside area is because there's an independent bookstore here that I love called Sundog Books. But my entire book tour is focused on independent bookstores because I think I really enjoy the bookstore experience, and so that's kind of what I'm trying to evangelize. But absolutely, if you want to buy it on Amazon, it's there for you.
Yeah, I'm glad you're doing that too. Today is National Book Lovers Day. I'm not making that up. So is it the punchescrow.com? Is that the website?
Yeah, punchescrow.com, and that will redirect you to I think the Facebook page for the for the Punch Escrow, where you can buy it from any. There's even a link there where you could find an independent bookstore near you that's selling the book.
I'm trying it. It keeps taking me back to Amazon. I don't know if it's because I already have.
Maybe it's just redirect. Maybe it could be that my publisher just redirected it that way. They control the domain, so they could just be redirected to Amazon.
Okay, I got you. Okay, all right. Well, thank you so much for being on the air with us. Good luck, and anytime you're in Ocala, Florida, we'd love to have you in the studio.
Thank you very much, and I really appreciate the opportunity to speak to you.
All right, we will be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. On this Wednesday, times of sun and clouds, there can be a thunderstorm popping up this afternoon, mainly over the interior, the high 89 to 93. A shower or thunderstorm in spots Wednesday evening, then partly cloudy overnight. It'll stay dry near the coast, low 74 inland, upper 70s to near 80 at the coast. For tomorrow, times of sun and clouds with a thunderstorm in parts of the area in the afternoon, the high 89 to 93. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. Our tractor services include bush hog, disking, front-end loader, box blade, and stump grinding. We also have zero-turn mowers for the smaller paddocks, aisleways, fence rows, and lawn care. Fence row spraying is also available for weed control. We are licensed and insured. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440, or online at powellgene, Gene, at yahoo.com. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing.
Whether you're building it up or knocking it down, get it done, rent it now. Sunbelt Rentals is here to make your job a little easier. Our knowledgeable staff will help you find the right equipment for any job, big or small. Did you know that Sunbelt Rentals carries heaters, air conditioners, generators, lighting, traffic control, and so much more? So whether you're building it up or knocking it down, we've got the equipment you need. Get it done, rent it now. And right now, for a limited time, you can have it for less. Just by mentioning this ad, if you rent it Friday afternoon, you can keep it the whole weekend and only pay for one day. But this is a limited time offer, so stop into Sunbelt Rentals today, Northwest 27th, just a quarter mile east of I-75. For more information, just give us a call, 352-369-9101. 352-369-9101. Sunbelt Rentals. Get it done, rent it now. 352-369-9101.
Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion, and learn how they can help you.
Here is your 30-second news brief. Ocala police are looking for a 55-year-old convicted felon they believe shot a man Monday night. A Jacksonville woman transporting the body of her 11-year-old daughter to Buffalo, New York, was arrested after crashing her truck in West Virginia. In Orlando, historians unveiled the items locked in a 105-year-old time capsule discovered in the base of a Confederate statue at Lake Eola Park. And Disney has reported a 12% increase in revenues at its parks and resorts. That was your news brief from The Source.
19 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. One of our listeners wrote me that Clark Howard was hit by a car yesterday, but he's okay.
Scary.
I don't know what time. See, when we carry Clark Howard, it's recorded in advance. Because we need to do that because of the way scheduling is. But I can't remember what time his show is live, so I'm wondering if he even mentioned it last night. Because if the accident happened, he jumped. Well, long story short, and thank you, Gareth, for sending this to me. Long story short, he was in a parking lot at a restaurant. A car was backing up fast and heading his way, so he jumped so that he didn't get the brunt of it. But he did apparently sprain his neck or something. But I listened a little bit last night, but. See, I think even his third hour is a rebroadcast of a rebroadcast.
Oh, okay.
Because I think we carry him for 3 hours, and he's only live for 2. So, and that was their decision to do that. So.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so You feel like you know everybody, when you.
Yeah, I know when you're close, when you're broadcasting like this.
We've had him on there. We've had Clark Howard on there.
Yeah, nice guy.
All right. Well, one of the things I can use this as a segue. Clark Howard talks about is physical health. He's a big advocate of exercise and eating right, et cetera, et cetera. And if you're not, and one of the things Glenn Beck has said is that he does eat right, and yet he can't lose the weight. Well, maybe there are some roadblocks. I'm going to tell you what they might be.
Okay.
I feel like John Tesh right now.
Nice. Yeah,
Intelligence for your life.
that's right.
All right. So these are some weight loss roadblocks. If you're trying to lose weight, it might be something other than what you think it is.
Okay.
And things you can actually change.
Okay.
Are you all ears?
I am all ears.
I'm making sure I have all my notes here. All right. If you've tried everything to lose weight by counting calories, joining a gym, even fasting with no success, then you may be the victim of secret weight loss saboteurs. Especially if you're upper age.
Like me.
Like us, yes. Antidepressants are well known in the medical literature to cause weight gain, so that might be part of it. It may be a combination of the antidepressants decreasing metabolism and physical activity, but either way, it could be an explanation. Antihistamines, maybe you've got an allergic reaction to things and you take antihistamines to undo that reaction. It also targets a receptor that's involved with both allergies and appetite. So it could actually make you hungry when you're not really hungry, and therefore gain weight. Beta blockers, diabetes medications, corticosteroids, and antipsychotic drugs can also cause weight gain. But in addition to that, lack of sleep can be a saboteur when you're trying to lose weight.
Yes, I agree with that.
At the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, 1/3 of Americans who got less than 6 hours of sleep a night were all mildly to severely obese. Older adults getting only 5 hours of sleep instead of the recommended 7 to 8 tripled obesity risks in men and doubled in women. The more sleep deprived you are, the more you increase the hormone cortisol, which increases your appetite, and you eat when you're not really needing the food.
Oh, okay.
How about that? So, the solution: establish a healthy sleep routine and aim for 7 to 8 hours nightly.
Nice.
Set a schedule in which you go to bed and get up at the same time every day, including weekends. See, my problem is I get up at the same time every day. I just don't go to bed at the same time every day.
No, you do not. You
So
say.
if I get up at 3, which I do,
Yeah.
and I go to bed at 12, that's not good.
I know, me too. I get less than 6 hours sleep a night.
not
So
good.
it's like, oh my gosh. I can feel it.
It's so hard. I have tried to go to bed at like 8:30 as my go-to time. What would that make? 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30. That's 6.5 hours sleep.
Oh, there you go.
That's really not enough, is it?
No, but it's okay, though.
Oh my gosh! Well, I should start going back. That used to be my routine, but I don't know. Lately, it feels like there's so much still to do.
Yeah.
The next one could be, this is not an infomercial, by the way. Yesterday, there was a sneaky infomercial that somebody decided to put on.
Yes, there was.
Talked to a young girl about her success with her book, and then all of a sudden she's talking about probiotics.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not telling you anything for or against probiotics. I'm just telling you that she didn't even know whether they were refrigerated or not.
Exactly.
Which told me that some probiotic company was probably, tailgating on her success as a young child, 12 years old. Success,
with her success.
Anyway, I said, is it refrigerated? And I really wanted to know. I always thought probiotics had to be refrigerated.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Anyway, bacteria in the gastrointestinal tract can be helpful to break down food, absorb nutrients, regulate insulin sensitivity, and produce fuel for cells. But now research reveals that gut bacteria may also play a role in regulating your weight. In one study, germ-free mice got fatter when they received bacteria from obese mice. How about that?
Gosh.
But when the identical mice eating the same diet had their gut populated by bacteria from lean mice, they stayed lean themselves. In other words, there's something in the bacteria that actually might help you lose weight.
Well, that'd be something the doctor should do for humans.
So one thing to remember is that if you're taking antibiotics, don't do it unless it's absolutely necessary. Which who would? Who would take antibiotics unless it was necessary?
Exactly.
I'm just telling you what it says here.
Exactly.
Also, eat foods that nurture healthy microbes. So this is not an infomercial because there's no product I'm going to tell you about.
No.
It says yogurt. It says fiber-rich foods like broccoli and whole grains. And that sort of stuff. Ask a nutritionist. There's a lady here in the mall who specializes in this.
Yeah, there is.
I'm not trying to send you to her
Nice
store,
gal.
but she happens to have a store.
Yeah.
But I'm sure she could answer your questions.
Yeah.
Is her name
This is
Penny?
the Paddock
I think her
Mall.
name
Yes, Penny.
All right. Talk to Penny.
Yeah, you're doing the right thing if you go see
Keeping your house too comfy cozy may sabotage your weight loss. When temperatures dip, the white fat in our cells turns to brown fat, which burns more calories. What? By lowering your thermostat, you can boost your body's fat-burning metabolic activity. Experts recommend setting the temperature to 68 degrees. Really? Well,
Well, that's a high electric bill. I can't do that.
yeah,
No
right.
way.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Another thing that could be sabotaging your weight loss efforts could be a virus. A certain strain of cold virus called the adenovirus 36. Adenovirus 36 could be making you fat. Researchers at the University of Wisconsin in Madison discovered that 30% of obese people have been infected by this virus. Mm-hmm. I call it the cheese curd virus.
Yeah, there you go.
I call it the beer and brat virus. Oh, they're calling it the adenovirus 36.
Yeah, there you go. They're still selling brats and beer.
Brats and beer might be the real problem up in Wisconsin.
I think so. You eat 3 hearty meals a day, plus you party on.
Dr. Richard Atkinson, emeritus professor at the University of Wisconsin, speculates that catching the virus can boost weight gain 12 to 15%.
Wow.
Well, how do you get rid of the thing? Avoid catching the virus the same way you would protect yourself against any other virus. Well, how do you get rid of the thing, doctor? How do you know you even have it?
Yeah, it's like cold. All of a sudden, you've got a cold. I mean, you don't know you
right.
have it until it's right there, and then you do all you can to fight it, to
All
get
right,
rid of it.
the next thing is something I can get my head around.
Okay.
Distracted eating.
Oh, there you go.
Distracted eating can destroy your weight loss goals.
I'm there.
Laura Cipulo, a well-known nutrition expert and the author of the book titled Everyday Diabetes Meals for 1 and 2, tells health experts that eating meals while working on mobile devices or watching television can sabotage your diet.
Oh, yeah, because you're sedentary. You're not moving and you're sucking
But you're not
in
paying attention to your
calories.
food either.
No.
And therefore not enjoying it.
No, you're not enjoying it, and it's just like
I
there.
very, 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 very rarely get anything through a drive-through anymore. Mm-hmm. I did the other day. That's why I say very
Well,
rarely.
that's because we were
But
needed to do that.
But here's why I don't. Because I used to get stuff through a drive-through,
Mm-hmm.
and then like 2 stoplights down the road, it would be gone, and I would say, "Gosh, I don't even remember eating it."
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
distracted eating.
I got it.
Yeah. The next one is an easy one. You don't need to be a doctor to know this one. Junk food may be the problem to your weight gain. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, we think that you take a handful of Cheetos or a handful of chips.
Chocolate-covered raisins.
Not that big of a deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
A sleeve of crackers. Oh, my gosh. This is talking to me here.
Me too.
This is from Dr. Kate Shanahan, author of Deep Nutrition, Why Your Genes Need Traditional Food. A major factor in the obesity epidemic is that we've found certain foods, such as highly processed foods, make us lose our desire to move. So don't eat that junk. Wow.
There you go.
Yeah, but what tastes good on a Ritz? That's what I know.
Exactly.
Things
Love
taste
that
good.
cheese.
Things taste good on a Ritz.
They do.
All right. Well, there you go. Those are the weight loss roadblock. I don't know that the word surprising actually applies. They're not that surprising.
Oh, okay.
But they are weight loss roadblocks that you might want to figure out a way to undo. I don't understand the thing about the probiotics. So what are they saying? Just eat yogurt and
Yeah. Yep.
like
Just
add
eat
it to your
yogurt.
food? We'll have to talk to Penny.
No, have yogurt and put blueberries in there, and it's so good.
The only problem when you ask a question like this to
Yeah.
somebody who's very, very knowledgeable, you just want a simple answer, and they will talk for an hour.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So much information.
I know. We just want cut and dried, 30 seconds, and we got it.
Just tell me what to eat.
Yeah.
Give me a menu. I'll just take your menu. All right, we will be right back. This is WOCA. The show is called AM Ocala Live.
Yay!
We'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. President Trump promising fire and fury as North Korea threatens the U.S. territory of Guam, and this morning tweeting about the power of our nuclear arsenal. But the Secretary of State is urging calm.
What the president was doing is sending a strong message to North Korea in language that Kim Jong-un would understand, because he doesn't seem to understand diplomatic language.
That's Rex Tillerson speaking on his way to Guam earlier. Some lawmakers criticizing the president's remarks. Republican Senator John McCain saying the comments could be pivotal in escalating a confrontation with North Korea.
Congressional Democrats have met President Trump's comments with criticism, saying that they believe his comments were reckless, bombastic, and unhelpful. Fox's Rich Edson, and a French official says the chief suspect in an attack on soldiers there has been arrested, wounded in a gunfight during his capture. Fox News, we report, you decide.
For me, it was the big S-Class from the 90s. Beautiful. My friend's dad had one.
The SL. All of the SLs. I've been watching those since I was a kid.
I think the 1971 SC was the first Mercedes that just blew me away.
Everyone wants the original, the authentic. And with a certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz, you can experience the iconic luxury, unparalleled safety, and performance of Mercedes-Benz at a price you can afford. But just remember, only your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer has the skilled technicians to certify that your pre-owned vehicle is up to Mercedes-Benz standards. And only your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer offers an unlimited mileage warranty, so you can drive with confidence as far as you'd like for up to 5 years. There are pre-owned vehicles, and then there are Mercedes-Benz certified pre-owned vehicles. Visit the certified pre-owned sales event going on now through August 31st and receive 2 years of complimentary prepaid maintenance and special financing available through Mercedes-Benz Financial Services. Only at your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer.
See your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer for complete details and limitations on certified pre-owned warranty.
If you or a loved one is suffering with knee, shoulder, neck, back pain, or tennis elbow and would like to learn how to get out of pain, go to Regenetic.com. Then listen in on the first and third Thursday at 10 a.m. to the people that give you the regenerative medical solutions to your pain. Regenetic. First and third Thursdays, 10 a.m. here on WOCA 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. The Source. Regenetic.com.
Langley Health Services, located at 7205 Southeast Merricamp Road in Ocala, is a federally qualified health center offering family practice, pediatrics, podiatry, dental, behavioral health, and radiology services. Most insurance accepted, sliding scale for those who qualify, and same-day appointments available until 4 p.m. with board-certified family practice and internal medicine physicians on staff. Langley Health Services, call today 352-680-7000.
What do I do now? After 911, don't worry, call Fakuri. Fakuri Medical and Chiropractic, treating auto injuries for over 32 years. Same-day appointments, immediate medical attention, all under one roof. Don't worry, call Fakuri. Go to bestinjurycare.com. All auto insurances are accepted. Available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to take your call. Car accident? Don't worry, call Fakuri. bestinjurycare.com.
Tired of looking at stained carpets, dirty tile, or grout? Call Silverback Restoration, 414-5312. Make your flooring look great again. Stains, pet odors, allergies. Call Silverback Restoration, 414-5312. From serving our country to serving our community. Silverback Restoration, 414-5312. Residential and commercial. And now, 3 rooms for just $99. Check their website, silverbackrestoration.com.
Howdy, folks. RL here for Dairy